Will you please welcome back Paul Candace.
Hi everybody, it's good to be back. My story was originally called The Greatest Day Ever in LA, but then I didn't get here in time and things started to change, and let's just say, anyone here been to traffic court before? Because I got a couple more tickets, you know, and it all folded out to be like why would it have been the greatest day ever in LA? Because I was working my metaphysical ass off, trying to get it to go away. And what I knew to do was to picture and to see different things happening. And I had written down, a lot of papers everywhere here. I had written down in small pieces of paper all over my van at the time. I was driving a van that disappeared. I was writing down these things about, you know, affirmations that would move this out of my life. And people know me, and I've done the 5 senses, which I hear the judge saying dismiss. As I'm riding at the stop sign or whatever, you know, I smell the victory dinner that I'm going to have because I'm going to win this sucker. You know, I just write the word dismissed. Sometimes just dismissed over and over again. Well, the court date came, and actually it was the weekend, the Friday before Carmageddon, when all the, you know, 405 was going to be closed down. So I was looking for the good-looking Asian cop, because I remembered him. I didn't see him. I go, oh, he's going to come out of the woodwork. This can't really, because I had tried before several times, and if you know anything about this process, if the cop doesn't show up, then your whole case is just thrown out. You've paid nothing. You can go home, depending on what court you're at, because sometimes you have to pay beforehand. Well, in this particular court, which was Van Nuys, I didn't have to pay first. So the cop didn't come. And I thought, oh, this stuff is fantastic. And the judge made a small joke about, oh, that's where all the cops are. They're at the 405, you know. And they actually were, I'm pretty sure. So that would have been a fine, lovely story, right? But actually, I got a second ticket. And I said, oh, you did this, it's going to be easy. You won the, oh, they're all going to be dismissed from here on out. So, well, it wasn't. The cops showed up at the next one. It was in Long Beach, and I rolled a flashing red light. So right before, the cop comes up to me and he asked me to step outside. I was like, uh-oh, I don't know what this is about. And another good-looking cop. I get stopped by all the good-looking cops. So I know, I memorize their face so that when they show up for the court date, I know who to look for. And he showed up. He goes, this is all about the money, isn't it? I go, what money? What's he talking about? Okay, yes, I was going to, you know, agree with anything. So look, I'll knock it down to, you know, not an electrical sign, which is a regular stop sign. I was like, oh, okay, okay. And that should, you know, give you less fees. So that's what happened, basically, because they get, well, I mean, what's happening is I'm doing the same exercises over and over again, you know, continuously, because when you want to fight these, you get it spread out to even longer. So you get all this time, for me, I'm saying all this time to work my metaphysics to make this thing change, you know. So the hot cop, you know, gives me this, you know, plan, and I'm going for it. And the judge says, there's a few cases here that the misdemeanor has been dismissed or lowered, and we'll start with those. So then I came up there, and so he gave me that option, and plus I got to go to traffic school as well, which I didn't think I was able to go. And plus, I did get a refund, because in Long Beach you had to pay the $500 first. So this is my receipt that says I got $182 back from the $500. So I did get the fees reduced because it was no longer an electric sign, it was a working stop sign, and that was it. So then the third ticket comes along. I know, people. You know, in the middle of this, my brother said, can't you just learn how to drive? Don't ever confide in your brother, right? You know, but I thought it was a big deal because I got things reduced, right? So, you know, I'm driving down, I guess it's Vine, and there's like 2 old ladies on each side of me, and I'm just trying to get, I'm like, you know, I'm just going home. It's not really that important where I need to go, but I'm being stopped by these people that are not letting me go ahead of them or just drive normally, and the cop's watching this. I didn't know a cop was watching this. So that is illegal lane change, unsafe driving, you know, and then he brings out road rage. I was like, road rage? You know, can't you sympathize? He's like, well, did you see what they were doing? Isn't that crazy? And he goes, well, that's kind of road rage, and I could take you in. But he didn't. So he showed up, you know. He was there that day. Now this is different because now we're now we're downtown LA. So I've already paid, and not only is it traffic court, but then it could go to trial, where you go before another judge if you're going downtown LA. So I'm telling this. So then what happened was I got no speaking to the any cop or anything beforehand. I just kind of whatever was going to happen. He was ready there. I'll take whatever happens, and then. It gets to me, and she says, according to what I see here, you were warned of 3 other violations, and if you go to court, you go to trial, those will become valid, and those will be 3 more points added to what's already existing here. So, how do you want to plead? So, no contest, whatever. And so that meant that I was not going to go to trial. So she said, I will waive the fee, which she never did, and I ended up paying the $284. They never waived that. And I'll also take the point off. If you don't, and I was like, take the point off? Who does that, you know? Oh, I want to just run up and kiss her, you know what I mean? That's a really big deal, because you get 2 or 3 points, well, they'll take your license away. So that was a really huge deal, and I went to the, and I just kept repeating over and over, she took the point off. And I went out to the lobby and talked to one of the cops, you know, afterwards I said, I can't believe she took the point off. He goes, oh yeah, she hates going to trial. You know, she's really good like that. And so I was, and you got to know people, you got to fight these things. I mean, if you can, because each time, the 3 times I went to court, there was a stack of papers, this big at least, of the cops not showing up. Dismissed, dismissed. There's people leaving that room right and left. So people don't know that. If you have the time to fight these, you know, you should. And in the middle of it, I went to my pastor, and I told him that I was really excited about working my metaphysics, because, you know, it's the Science of Mind Church, and it's all about your thoughts and things. He was like, Paul, don't you know you're cheating the universe? You know? And I was like, what? I'm cheating? Oh, I need a new pastor. I don't know. I'm going to be Catholic again. I don't know why. So I get out there to my car, because I was having a counseling session, and I had a ticket. God damn it, he's right. You know, I'm going to listen. But you know, this is about survival and taking care of yourself. That's sort of the way I look at it. And you know, those points on my driving record from the last 2 tickets, those are things that aren't there anymore.